Hello everyone, welcome back to the Undercut podcast. Today we are going to be talking about the brand new point system that F1 are looking to introduce maybe as early as 2025. This new point system will obviously introduce the idea of 12 places getting points instead of 10, which is interesting considering as it's looking at this moment in time, F1 are not looking to introduce any more teams to the grid, which could mean 12 out of the 20 drivers could be awarded points for the race. Is there a reason for this? Why are F1 doing this? Let's break it down. Let's give our theories and speculation. But first, Jack, what do you think about the prospect of there being 12 finishers in terms of points? And of course, still a point for the fastest lap.
Yeah, 12 I don't mind. 12 I don't mind. It still keeps the competitive edge. I mean, at the moment in F1, we're finding ourselves at a split of 5 teams and the rest. So then 5 teams, 10 drivers, 10 top positions, essentially. So it's only really, if someone has a bad race like a Stroll, then there's only one place for the remaining 10 drivers.
Yeah.
To battle it out with. So I see the introduction of 12 to counteract the fact of them 5 teams being clearly the fastest 5 by a mile.
Yeah.
So I can see that. I'm not mad at it, to be fair. We're still going to see the battle. Now, during China, I think it was Crofty that said he would like to see points for everyone who finished.
Right. Yeah.
So if you finish the race, you get a point.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's what he was saying. Now, I don't like that.
No.
I don't like the thought of that. And the reason why I don't like the thought of that is because it takes away that little spice. Like, you know, when you've got like say Albon's on fresh tyres, he's in 12th, but gaining on the 2 cars ahead, like massively. Overtakes for 11th. He's pushing. That car in front's defending like mad.
Yeah.
For that 1 point, that jeopardy of 1 point, it means so much. If everyone's getting a point for just finishing, there's not going to be that little bit of oomph. Obviously, they care the more points, but if you're getting a point and you're like, there's just not that little bit of oomph that you need. Like, that defending's not going to be as hard as, say, like, if you weren't getting a point.
Yeah, and there's a good way of looking at this as well, is imagine if, say, the Constructors' Championship come Abu Dhabi is, I don't know, maybe it's in favour of Williams by 20 points to Haas, for example, right?
Yeah.
And Haas mathematically have a chance of beating Williams, right? And let's say Haas have an absolute blinder of a race. Great strategy. K-Mag and Hulkenberg soar through the field. Haas's car is on fire that day. They managed to pull off somehow 4th and 5th, let's just say, right? For example. Right?
Yeah.
And they come through, right? It looks like they're going to beat Williams. It's going to be an amazing story. Oh, but wait, Albon finishes last and he gets a point or 2 points. And
Yeah.
Logan, all of a sudden, all that hard work that Haas has gone through to beat Williams is going to be null and void because they get a point for finishing last.
Exactly. That's all they need to do is finish the race.
Yeah.
At that point, it's like they don't need. They can just chill at the back and finish.
Yeah.
At that point.
And that's a constructors' battle. Never mind if it was a championship battle. Imagine if that was a championship battle and Max Verstappen rolled up to last place and won.
Yeah.
What? You know what I mean? So no,
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. I agree on that point. In terms of 12, though, I don't mind that either.
I'm happy with 12. I'm happy for them to be 12, especially with the fact of there being now 5 clear teams. So 10 drivers, top 10, pretty much covered. Every race, barring the Stroll escapade.
Yeah. It's quite funny. Lance Stroll is literally the only reason why other teams are even within a shot of points at the moment.
I mean, pretty much barring retirements and stuff like that, yeah, it is Lance Stroll.
Stroll's the only reason why anyone else is getting a point. Like on merit, by the way. That's if the other 9 drivers are still in the race. You know, Hamilton, George, everyone up to Max. If they're still in the race, it's top 9 done. It's done right there and then.
Yeah, it is. So Yeah, the introduction of 12 does add a bit more. Say like push for them lower 5 teams now to be, oh, top 12. We can get some points here. Good points.
Yeah.
We've got to beat these other teams around us now. There's more emphasis on them to do better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And the only thing that, maybe it's just me, but the only thing that I don't like about it is how the point system. I know it wasn't always like this pre 2010, but one thing about the current point system that I really like is how it corresponds with Q3.
Yeah.
So if you make it into Q3, you are qualifying in a points paying position. Whereas, and that's why I feel like it's so crucial to get into Q3, because the chances of you scoring points are so much higher. Now, if you go out in Q2 but you're 11th or 12th, it's not exactly the end of the world, because if you can stay in that position, you're still going to score points. And people are being then rewarded for not making it to Q3. Obviously, in the race, things can happen, things can change. People can come from the back to the front. People can drop out of the top 10 to the back. But it's that idea of, oh, if you qualify into Q3, that's it. Your chances of points are pretty high.
Yeah, pretty much. That you've summed it up there.
So why do you think they are doing it? Do you reckon it's? I've got two theories anyway. I don't know about you, but for me,
we don't know why. We don't know why exactly.
No, we don't.
I don't know why exactly.
My personal theory is the point that you touched on as well, that we have Aston Martin all the way to Red Bull. Those 5 teams are pretty much locked in, right?
Yeah.
2 other points paying positions would mean that, well, we get more point scorers, which is good.
Yeah.
The second theory is possibly they know that Andretti at some point will join the F1 grid. They know at some point we'll have 22 teams. 22 teams? Jesus Christ. 11 teams, sorry.
11 teams.
I think that's my other guess, that they're preparing for a possible introduction of a 11th team, and I think that is...
It's got 22 drivers.
Yes. I don't know how qualifying would work when we had 11 teams. Back in 2016, I believe, was the last year we had 11 teams.
I would assume it's 6 out, top 10 shootout.
Yes, it's still they had up until they had up until 16th, I believe, in it'll
be Q1 slowest 6 out instead of 5, Q2 slowest 6 out instead of 5, and then top 10 stuff.
But either way, the points will be interesting. That's one of my theories. But either way, it comes in all from motorsport.com, obviously quite a reliable source for F1 news. So, it's interesting, and the fact that Crofty has spoke about it.
Crofty and
well.
Rosberg spoke about it during the race.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Any final thoughts on the points? New point system?
No, I mean, I'm open to it. I want to see what comes about it. If it does come in next year, it'd be quite good, I think. Could be a good change.
Yeah, it's something that I think they could trial for a year, and then if it doesn't work, go back the next season.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, with that said, make sure you guys subscribe for more F1 content. Obviously, we post pretty much every single day, whether it's a short form video, whether it's a long form video. Make sure you're subscribed, and leave us a like. Tell us in the comments below how you'd like us to improve the content, what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to see us do, and we'll speak to you in a bit.